please. Okay,
Okay.
we are live.
Okay.
We are live now. You can start with the introduction.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's amazing workshop. Yeah, and I'm sure that you are excited and you are ready to learn. And I'm also here to learn from you as well. But today we're going to concentrate on learning about book writing. And I want to use this opportunity to say thank you so much, Andrea, for giving me this platform and this opportunity to teach the people about book writing. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Andrea. Thank you for all you do. So, everyone, welcome to the Global Empowerment Summit. And today we're looking at the title, Let's Write a Book. Let's Write a Book. And my subtitle is How to Write a Profitable Book for Legacy and Profit. Amazing. So I'm sure you can see my screen. So if you're here, drop a chat. Whether you're watching this as a replay, just drop a comment and let me know where you're joining from. And let me be sure you're seeing the screen. So I'll move forward. Let's go. So next, I want to talk about myself. I want to introduce myself to you because you must have seen the title, Let's Write a Book, and you're wondering, so who is she? Why should I listen to her? All right, my name is Uduma Ikuru, and I happen to be the lead creative director of Communicate Resource Hub. And it is a communication, educational, and also a publishing firm in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria. And for me, looking at the slide, you can see that I'm a multiple Amazon best-selling author and publisher. I've been privileged to publish my own books on Amazon, and I also got them becoming best-selling books, and as well as also getting to help other people publish their books on Amazon, which also hit bestsellers. Some of them are #1 bestsellers and making sales. So that is one thing I've been able to achieve for myself. And then I've authored 10 books and still counting. Yeah, because currently I'm working on new books. I'm working on a book for teenagers. I am also working on a book that has a record of the principles that have helped me as an individual. That's my 40 principles. And also, I'm also working on another book, which is to help people who wants to start up a business to know how to go about finding the best idea to work on and how to work on it. But that's the ones I'm working on. But let's look at some of the books I've written. One is Author's Compass, and another is Phenomenal Parenting and The Intentional Woman. So let's continue. And so, why should you really care to listen to me? I'm a book consultant. I've worked with so many professionals like medical doctors, uh, counselors, professors that are lecturers in the university, accountants, nurses, that is registered nurses, all around the world. I've worked with people from New Zealand, US, Australia, Rwanda, Nigeria, of course, and so many other places. So while I consult and help you through your book, I also edit, I publish, and I also review for you to be sure that your manuscript is good to go. And one thing that people have come to name me is #1 female African Amazon bestseller publisher. Yeah, that's because each time I help you publish your book on Amazon, it must definitely hit the bestseller status. So people had to come up with that title for me. And hey, I'm proud to answer that. Finally, I've trained over 4,000 writers and authors. And that's the counting. And you can also become one of them. I'll add you to the number by the time you turn out to write your own book as well. This I've done for the period of time I started writing, 2017 till now. That was when I started writing books actually. And I've gone through many trainings. I've been certified as well. And that is something that I do for a living. Like I breathe book, I talk book, I eat book, I sleep book. So that's it about me. And if you still want to know more about me, I think there will be a link that Andrea will be dropping to link it to my Instagram and LinkedIn pages. Thank you. So let's continue. So now, why should we write a book? Why should you write a book? Why write a book? I know because already you're asking, okay, yeah, I've come to see you're an author and you know this very well. So, but me, I'm not a writer. So why should I write a book? Well, I'll just go by answering one of the questions that always um, people have in their minds, and that is, who should write a book? Anyone who has a story, who has an experience, anyone who has any hunger for more, who knows that they're created for more, has a story to share, should write a book. If you have ever read a book that stopped you on your path and you felt, wow, this book helped me to change either my mindset, it helped me to correct a particular attitude, it helped me to overcome a particular situation, or it solved a problem for me, then you should ask yourself, do I have a solution to any problem? So that's to tell you that whether you are a writer, whether you are an expert in any other field, a career person, you can write a book. All right. So anyone that has a story, has an experience, has knowledge, someone that has a skill, talent, can actually write a book. So having made that clear, so let's find out why you should write a book. All right. Number one, I said impact. You write a book because you want to make an impact and also have an influence or build your influence. Okay, you make impact. You find out that a word, okay, a word that you speak can change the life of someone. A word that you speak can help someone overcome a particular challenge, help them to encourage them, could give them hope. So if you find out that each time that you speak to people, that you always make this deep impact in them, help them to overcome the particular challenge, help them to put something aright, or by you so doing, you find out that each time that either you write and share about your journey, your challenges in your business, and so on and so forth, other people, they admire what you write because they learn. So teaching, learning is all about impact. All right. So, and the more people learn from you, the more you build an influence. You build your influence because you are able to um, determine or kind of influence how they think, how they act, the things that they do. Why? Because they've come to like you, because there's something they're learning from you. So that's to let you know that if you actually want to make more impact, then consider writing a book. And if you want to build your influence, then think about writing a book. All right. So the next is credibility. Credibility. You've been working over the years as a medical doctor, as a nurse, as an engineer, or maybe an accountant, or a freelancer, maybe as a psychologist, something, and some people who know you in your place of work know that that is what you do. All right. But not too many people know that that is what you do. And not so many persons can tell about how many years you've worked. Not so many persons can tell also how long you've been in the business, if you're competent, if you can actually help them solve a problem. So, but when you get to write a book, you kind of endorse your credibility. Anyone that picks your book and read it, flip through the pages, and the person find out the wealth of knowledge you have. The person find out that you actually took care of a certain problem that they are going through or they're experiencing, and you solve the problem for them. That automatically endorses you as someone who is an expert in your field. So it's writing a book helps to seal that's your expertise. Yeah. So another is visibility. When you write, you automatically get uh, yourself to be known by more persons, because nobody lights the lamp and hide it under the bushel. You don't hide it anywhere. You keep it on top of somewhere, so that it could light up the whole environment. So that is how it goes with your book writing. When you write a book, you let your family and friends know that, hey, I'm an author. I just wrote this book. I just published this book, and you want people to celebrate with you because you didn't write the book for yourself. You wrote it for others. So one person reads and the person goes ahead to talk about what they learned from your book, and they mention your name as the author. And that is how the word starts spreading. Visibility. Your book will spread, give you visibility beyond your locality. It takes you somewhere higher. I remember when I wrote my book, Phenomenal Parenting, and I shared with some persons on Facebook that, hey, I wrote this book and I also placed order for it, and I had it printed and sent to me in my country, in Nigeria. And they were like, wow, how did you do it? How did you do it? Questions start coming. More people got to know about me as the author of Phenomenal Parenting. If you look at the picture there, you can see me holding one of the books. That's the one that has a baby being thrown up in the air. All right, so that's it. So your book will always showcase you to more people. All right, to more people. So we have global reach. And like I said, when I got my book published, I had family and friends who weren't in my country at the time. They had to place order for copies of my book, and they showed it to their friends who also went ahead to place order. Now, beyond my environment, I was able to reach people outside my locality. So now it's not just a book that I wrote for my country. I didn't write it for just Nigerians. I wrote it for my international audience, the global audience. So my book now helps me beyond me when I cannot enter a plane to travel to either Australia. My book could be seen on international platforms like Kobo, Lulu, Smashword, Amazon, and someone will go ahead and place order from Australia, from UK, and from Malaysia. And the book is printed and sent to them. So your book helps you to reach people globally. And then build passive income. One thing that I enjoy is anytime I get a message from Amazon that my royalty is going to drop in my account. Hey, I get excited. Because honestly, this is you doing one work one time and reaping it, having a ripple effect, having to reap from year to year, month to month, So that is how it works. You build something, and while you are sleeping, someone is making purchase. Maybe just like now, in Malaysia is past 9, and in Nigeria it is past 2 p.m. And someone might just wake up and they want to take care of something. They want to know, okay, how am I going to raise a phenomenal child? And they will just type raising a phenomenal child, on Amazon, and my book pops up. They go through it, the first page, and they look at the outline. They feel good. Oh, I should go for this. They buy it while I'm sleeping. All right. So that is it for passive income. And then digital assets. Any book that you have written which is in the soft copy, that is the ebook format, it gives you that opportunity for you to earn from your digital assets, because that property, that book has become an asset because it yields profit for you. It yields income for you. It's not a liability. You produced it. Yeah, there was some cost, maybe the cover design, the interior design, and a few other things, and after spending the money once, just like you spend money to purchase a land, but it becomes an asset because over time you find out that you are going to resell that land and not at the same price that you bought it. Okay, so that is what happens. So digital assets, your book, after writing your book, you can convert your book to online courses, and that still continues to be your digital asset, which keeps bringing money for you. So another is authorship. Once you are able to write a book in your name, that is a creative activity. That is you creating, giving birth to something, and that automatically makes you an author. Yeah. And if you decide to publish only in your local, uh, well, I say, let me use the word, if you decide to publish only in your country, that means you are just a published author in your country. But if you do that and publish on online platforms, you find out that you've become an international published author. Why? Because that is an international platform which anyone from any of the continents can access your book. Then finally, why you should write a book is legacy and profit. I will talk about legacy. Or you can't walk through the face of the earth and disappear like you didn't exist. It will be good that you have something that you gift the world with, something that will stand the test of time, something that will speak for you, something that has an embodiment of your personality, an embodiment of your wisdom, an embodiment of what you can do and all. That is something that is worth doing, because beyond just few persons in your family getting access to your, how do I put it, to something that you are leaving behind. Now you are living your value, you are living your knowledge, your experience, and the lessons, okay, which many people all around the world can access. So if it's something that is more like duplicating yourself in other people who will read it, that is what happens. We have so many authors who are no longer alive. They're no longer with us, but we still go to the market and buy their books. We still find their books as something that is valuable. All right, so that is it. So now let's move forward. So the next is profitable book idea. Now you've come to know why you should write a book. So what kind of book should you write? I don't know if anyone has questions, so just keep dropping your questions. I will soon take your questions, okay? So now you've come to know you should write. You have a story, you have an experience, you have an expertise. You've learned so much, you've made mistakes, and you wouldn't want others to make the same mistake. It could be you were abused. It could be that you started a business and you were able to grow it. It could be that you were able to buy properties, at a certain age, knowing how to break the code, so you can share. So, but should you just write any book? My answer is no. Don't just write any book. Okay, write a profitable book. And now let's look at what is a profitable book idea. A profitable book idea is that book idea that will profit and add value to your readers and also bring returns to you in the end. So your book idea is profitable if it adds value, if it helps your readers to solve a problem, if it brought solution to them, if it moved them from the point where they are to where they desire to get to. If your book can do that for people, moving someone, just like my book, Author's Compass, it moves you from being a novice, being a newbie who doesn't know anything about writing, to you writing a book and publishing it on Amazon. All right. So if that is your desire, that book, if we can help you to move it from that point to the point of publishing your book all by yourself on Amazon, then it's a profitable book because it has solved the problem. It's a solution. It has added a value to you. All right. And in the end, it's giving me fulfillment because I help someone to take care of something that maybe has taken them a long time to do. I remember one time I joined a group and I asked anyone who wants to write a book, and I was willing to speak with them for a space of 10-15 minutes. Those who are struggling to write their books. And I had so many people that reached out to me. People struggle for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 3 years to write a book. And they're unable to do it. But to some people, it comes easy. To them, I remember writing a book in a space of 4 days. I remember also writing another book in a space of 2 weeks, another in 7 days. But when I was done, I had to go ahead to do the necessary things, which also took a longer period of time. There are also other kinds of books I can write in that short time and get it published. So that is it. So that's what profitable book idea is. So where do you source this profitable book idea? Where to source an idea? I will tell you. Number one, where to source your profitable book idea is in the midst of your audience. What problem are your audience going through? What is the problem that they have? Let's say, for instance, you are a speech therapist, and as a speech therapist, you have come to find out the reasons children struggle to speak, okay, or to read. You've also identified different kinds of speech impairments, and you know how to get it solved. You've also worked with some kids, even some adults, and you got solution. So, but the thing there is, there are some persons who might not afford to pay you money as their consultants to work with them for 2 months, 3 months, okay? And you know that there are some things that they can do on their own and get results. So what do? You already know where you can meet women who could probably have children that they have children who have these speech impairments or difficulties. So you go to such Facebook group, you go to different platforms, and then ask them. It could be a community where you belong to, and ask them, hey, if I'm able to show you how your child could improve on his speech in a space of 4 weeks, would you be glad to take me on it? And you find out, okay? So if the responses are, yeah, I'm interested, please, I need that, my child is struggling, that, you have found a profitable idea, because it is an idea that your audience are interested in. It will profit them. It will add value to them. It will solve a problem to them. All right. So that's number one place to find your profitable book idea with your audience. Another place that you can source for this is from your skill, from your expertise. Okay. If you know how to do paper decoration, you know how to use paper to do decorations. So, and you've been doing it. You can teach some persons. You can write about how to source the material, how they can begin the tools that they need, and how they can do the simple ones. They can start with the simple ones, okay? And if someone can read your book and be able to find a solution and be able to design one, why not? So go ahead and write the book, okay? So, because you know that there could be other people interested to find a skill that can give them money. So from your skill now, you are going to write a book. From your expertise, maybe you are someone who help people with tax or registration of their business in your country. So you decide, okay, I'm going to help people to see how they can do this on their own. Okay, you could write about how they could even get to the point where they will still need you and they'll still come back to you. But at least you could help them to sign up themselves on the platform, apply for name search, business name search, and a few other things that they should do on their own before they come to you. All right, to now help them to do the rest. So those are areas you can find a profitable book idea. Now, in the world, we know currently that people are trying to adjust to the pandemic. A lot of things has changed for so many people. Some young people are seeking for a way to help their old parents. You know, that's the senior citizens. They're trying to see how they can keep communication with them and making sure that they also protect them. Also seeing how they can also get the grandchildren to relate with them, you know, always meet them on regular. So have you come up with a solution? Is that something you know you can, a device or something you can set up, teach people how they can do that so that the young kids can still hug their grannies, they can still speak to them, they can still relate well, like they're just in close contact. So think of something, all right? Think of something based on the problem in the world. So if you are able to find a solution, you can document that solution because there are other people who are looking for that solution. All right. So you can get resources from, if you're someone who journal, you're always writing about maybe you're going through difficulties in your relationship, or you might be going through difficulties maybe finding maybe let's say a job, and you document the things that happen, what you do, what people say to you in the end, and all that. How many times you applied, the place you applied, what you did wrong, what they said to you during the interview, you know, a whole lot of things. So you're able to document it. So when you're done, what we expect is you can share about your journey to finding that your dream job, because there could also be other people who, just like you, had about 10 years experience, but when they relocated to a new environment, it was difficult to find a new job. So how were you able to do it? Maybe you did yours in a space of 1 month, 2 weeks, five weeks. How did you do it? Okay, if you were able to transition from 9 to 5 job to owning your own business, you can document your journey, how you did it, and that will guide another person who is dreaming of switching from 9 to 5 job to becoming an entrepreneur. So another is how to confirm is profitable. I've given you one instance, and that is let the people tell you that, hey, we need this. So any idea you have, take it to the people. Find out if they want it. Don't just sit down and decide to write what you feel. What you feel about writing may not be what people want to read about. So you end up writing for yourself. All right? So always confirm. Do they need this? If I share this, and another way for you to confirm is start writing and sharing on your social media platforms. So when people pick interest and they're already commenting, they're asking questions, they're telling you, wow, teach us more. What about this area? What about this? So that way, you confirm that people actually like what you are about to share with them. Okay, so I think that is a fantastic way for you to also confirm that that idea is profitable. You can also sell off, if you have 10 ways of getting a certain thing done, you can share one of the ways and ask them to come back with their reviews. So they come back and they tell you, oh, I did this, I did that, and it worked. So that way you've confirmed that what you're about to share with them will work for them, will work for so many people. they're going to get a value. It to solve the solution, the problem that you are out to solve. All right. So let's move forward. So now that you've confirmed that what profitable book idea is, how you can find one, and how you can confirm it. So what are the types of books to write? Okay. You have non-fiction, you have fiction, you have workbook. If you happen to be a consultant here, you need to have workbooks. You should work on having planner as well. You can help people. For instance, I'm currently working on a planner to help people to write a book in a space of 28 to 30 days. So each day they know what to do. There's something to stimulate them. There's also a number of words they should write. So that way they plan themselves and they're able to finish up writing the book in a space of 1 month without any discouragement, because anything that could distract them is also taken care of in the planner, so they're able to help themselves out. All right. So, and that's it. I also remember I have a planner as well, okay, that help people to plan out their monthly income using what they have, the products they have, their courses, their your services as well. So you can write a gown, you can write a journal, you can create a journal. That's also a book. You can write academic textbooks if you happen to be someone in the academic field. So those are the kind of books you can write. You can write children's book. You can write, it could be children fiction, it could be children scientific book. Okay, so that is that. So let's proceed. So let's look at something that is very important right now. It is writing the book. Yeah. Now we've come to know that we are qualified to write a book, where we can source our ideas, the kind of books we can write. So let's get into it. Are you ready? I want you to type in the comment, I'm ready, I'm ready. Let me know those who are here. Okay. Yeah. Say I'm ready. Bring it on. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, yeah, thank you so much. I like that thumbs up. Thank you. All right. So, we're looking at the pre-writing activities. Now, I always tell people, just like before you start a business, you also can't just jump in one day, wake up, and hey, open a shop, get a shop, and you start business. No way. No way. That's also how writing a book is. Okay? Writing a book is that way. I usually liken writing a book to building a house. Nobody wakes up and they get to the land and they start dropping blocks, laying blocks. No way. You have to plan. You need to sketch, design it. So we start from the pre-writing activities. The activities you also carry out before you start writing your book properly. Number one is to find an idea, and I've showed you how to find your book idea. All right? The book idea might even be a story of your granny, which you want to document, you want to share with the world. How strong your granny is, what they went through, how they were able to surmount some things, That is it, John. But find an idea which you can share with the world. All right? So then validate the idea. I also showed you how to validate the idea. Take it to the people, to your audience. Find out, is it something they want to hear? Is it something they want to read? Is it something that they're interested in? Once you confirm it, you validated that idea. So you're good to go. Then you need to identify the audience. Because even though I say yes, take it to the audience, maybe you're not even sure who your audience are. Identify who your audience are. For instance, when I wrote the book of Phenomenal Parenting, I wrote that book for parents, but it is to help them to raise phenomenal children. Okay? So someone indirectly will say that that is a book for a child, because All the activities there are activities that a child ought to do. A parent could do to help the child become phenomenal. So, but the thing there is, looking at it, the number one person who needs to read that book and apply the message there is a parent. So I need to go and find where my audience are. I have them as married people. I have them as single mothers or single dad. I have them as well as maybe a single person that adopted a child. So the person is still a single dad or a single mom. You understand? So identify who your audience, who are the people that will bring out their card, their credit card or the debit card and swap and get that book. Who is the person that will sit down and read that book? Who is the person you had in mind when you were writing that book? So identify them, because identifying them will help you to write in the language of those people. Find out where those people hang out. Do they have a club where they hang out? Do they have weekend clubs? Do they have community activity or something? Where do they hang out? Where can you find them? You need to identify those core places, because that's where you have to go to once you start writing, to let them know you're working on so book for them. Then the next is, since you find the idea, you need to mind map. Mind mapping has to do with you getting a plain sheet, okay, just like this. All right, so you have this plain sheet and you write the main idea here. For instance, let me use the intentional woman I wrote. Okay, now I'll put the intentional woman. What is it I want to write about? I wrote about the characteristics of the intentional woman. I wrote about who the intentional woman is, what intentionality means, what intentional living is, my concept of intentional living, okay, my concept of self-manifestation, the table, explaining them one by one: self-esteem, self-worth, self-appreciation, self-confidence, you know, all the self. All right, so I was able to stretch out. These are the things I want to get them do. And this, you can actually do this mind mapping within a space of 20 minutes to 40 minutes to 1 hour to 2 hours. You can still come back the next day and still check and be sure that you have put down everything you want to communicate. All right, now having poured everything on this plain sheet, you have to now go ahead and find out more about it, okay? But before you go ahead finding more about it, you need to write your goal. What is your goal for writing this book? What do you want to achieve with the book you're writing? You want to remember your reason why write a book. Maybe you want to increase your, you want to use it as a lead magnet, okay? You want to use it as a lead magnet, and you are thinking, oh, with this I should be able to build my email list from 500 or 100 to 2,500. So that is the focus. That will guide you to know what to share and what not to share. All right? So, and that will also help you to know how to go about your research and knowing the type of publishing to undertake. So this you need to do from the beginning. What is your book goal? Do you want this book to get you speaking engagement? Do you want this book to bring you paying clients? Do you want that book to give you a New York best-selling author, get you television interviews and podcast interviews? Do you want this book to establish you as an expert? All this will help you while you are writing down your goal. That will help you to start thinking of how to market the book from the beginning. Before you even get to finish writing the book, you should be able to start marketing. The moment an idea comes to you, your book idea comes, that's when to start your marketing. So now get into research. Why do research? You need to find out if there are people that have written on that topic. What did they write? What is it that they skipped that you have already written down? or you need to write down, so that if someone has read a book on the same topic, but this time around the person shared only about the advantages, the person didn't talk about the disadvantages or the future plans, so you add to what is missing there, because that will also be your selling point for your book. All right, so do research. No matter what you feel you know, there's someone that knows better. Make research, get more ideas, practice some of them, add some of them, and that way you write a fantastic, profitable book. And then understand the process and get trained. I tell people, do not write a book until you've been trained. That's the truth. Even if someone is going to ghostwrite for you, have a good idea of what book writing is all about. I encourage people to do this. Know what it's all about. Go through a training. Even if it means to read a book like I wrote about Author's Compass, you can get the book and know what is required, what you encounter, the vendors you have to work with, so that you won't be taken by surprise. That's why some people make mistakes. They write and they complain, my book is not selling, because they don't get the fundamental training to help them through it. All right, so, and then market. When I say market, tell the world, hey, I am writing. I'm writing a book, okay? And I know that you would love to read about this, and I'll be sharing with you from time to time the progress. Now, that way, people have gotten the information that you're writing a book. Just like Andrea is having this amazing summit. She might decide to document and share with people who might be interested to host such summits all by themselves. Then if she has documented it, she can go ahead and ask us, are we willing to get this so that we can do this in the future? And we should indicate interest. That way, she'll go ahead and start marketing, start telling us about it, start sharing what happened, you know, and in the end, she'll tell us, hey, I am already writing a book for you, and let me know if I shall add it to the waiting list. And people are signing, clicking to join, because she's already preparing them. Maybe she has not even written the book, but she'll just want to know those who are interested. So the writing proper, you need to set time to start and finish. If you do not set for yourself when you are going to start and when to finish, you might write forever. So, and setting the time helps you to be accountable to yourself. It also helps you to ask people to hold you accountable as well, to ensure that you're not relaxing, you're not forgetting that someone's life to touch, there's someone to impact, there's someone to influence, there's someone to help out. Remember, your book is a legacy. You have destinies attached to what you know, which other people need to know. So think that way when you're writing your book. And when you're writing your book, remember your book is a business. Whether you want to give it free, whether you want to sell it, it is a business. So you must treat it as a business. Be serious about things. And then use different methods. Oh, sorry for that typo. Use different methods for you to get to write your book. Okay. So what are different methods to use? You can decide to use any of the devices, your laptop, your iPad, your phone. Yeah. If you have a note, you can be writing there. You can use Google Document. You can use different other platforms. You can use Scrivener, but just go ahead and write. Okay, that could be your own way. You might decide to write on a paper, but the only disadvantage about that is after writing that way, you need to move it over, and that's another work. So which you wouldn't want that stress. So better still, use your laptop, go straight and type. All right. You can also use any recording device. You could use a phone and record. You have your break period. You have the time that nobody disturbs you at home. Maybe your kids are asleep, your spouse is away. You know, you can decide to go on a vacation and you are all alone. You go ahead and record what you want to share with the world. When you're done, you use transcribe.me. Okay, that's an app, transcribe.me, and use it to transcribe all you've recorded. You can give to a transcriber to do that for you. And that way you have a book, and then you go through it, know what to remove, know what to add, and send it off to your editor. All right, so that's it. Then another method is ghostwriting. There's someone who can do this for you without you breaking your back. All they need to do is to ask you some questions, and then they help you to get that book ready. All right. So while you're writing, in the process of writing, look out for other books, because I know you have a kind of a way you want your book to appear. But is there someone whose book looks the way you want your book to appear? Or maybe you have no clue. You can go to bookstores. You can go to Amazon, check some book covers, check, you can buy some books, see what it looks like, and then model that book or an author. Okay, there's nothing wrong. Where it is wrong is when you copy. No, no, no. Do not copy them. Do not copy verbatim. Do not how do I put it now? No plagiarism. So just model, like, hey, I like the color. Maybe I should use blue. But when you're using blue, why are you using blue? If you notice from my slide, you see blue, around, is because that is my business color. So you always see it around what I do. All right, so the next is audience centric. It's more like saying focus on the audience. You're not writing the book for you. You're writing for your audience, for your readers. So while you're writing, be conscious about your reader. Take one of them and model him. If you're writing your book to help mothers who their children have speech issue, what are the things you want to address that will help them in the process? Okay, you need to understand how they feel. You need to understand the activities they do on daily basis, just trying to help their child. You need to recognize the difficulties they go through, the languages they speak when they're seeking for help or when they're relating with their kids. So speak their language. Speak their language. If your audience are adults, speak the language of adults. If it's particular to a locality, speak their language. If it's for children, speak their language. All right? If the book is focusing on accounting, speak accounting language. If it's health, speak health language. All right? So, but make sure you carry your audience along. Make sure that you don't write in such a manner that they'll be questioning themselves, is she really writing for me or for someone else? So the next is marketing. The book cannot sell itself. And if people are not aware that you've written a book for them, they will not buy. That's the truth. I always tell my clients when I'm consulting, I tell them, if you keep your book a surprise, your audience will surprise you as well. If you wait till the book is out to come and announce to us, hey, I just wrote this book and published it, we'll walk away. That's the fact. Highest you will get is congratulations. Congratulations does not pay the bill. So make sure that you market from day one. Showcase the book cover. Let your audience be part of choosing a design for you. That way they are aware there's a book and they are part of it, so they treasure you. All right? So there's a lot to do around your marketing, but speak the word out. Let the people know. Okay?
I think, Udunga, we are at the end of the presentation. It was so amazing, and you did so many nice tips here that everyone is asking for the presentation.